Hey guys, welcome to the chamber. This is Eyes Here Forever, and it's Monday, and normally we don't go live on Mondays, but it's patch note day, and I needed to have a live reaction for the patch notes, so I kind of ran home, left work early, and here we are. So we're gonna go to the patch notes, talk about all the changes of season 7, and prepare for Wednesday. We'll still be live tomorrow preparing for Wednesday, but it's patch note day and I need to make the content, so here we are. So thank you for hanging out today in this impromptu stream. Appreciate it, guys. Without further ado, let's get back to it. Chamber is lit. Let's go. All right, here we are. Well, here we are. Let me make sure. The camera sucks, man. It's a C922. Every time I set the settings to what I want it to be, it changes again. So, yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me change something really quick. I'm still here. Don't go nowhere. I'm still here. Don't go nowhere. I'm still here. Don't go nowhere. All right. I just wanted to, hide private things just in case. Because this is my web browser. Lol. If anything ever happens to me, delete my browser history. All right, here we are. Turn down the music a little bit. Dibs, you still here? We all here? Oh man. Oh, Netherin, my man. If you're gonna say words, man, you gotta have a helmet. You gotta have a helmet. I don't. But because it's a scientific term, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. All right, here we go. Netherin the Troll. Season 7 patch notes. This is going on the YouTube channel, unedited, uncut, don't care. This is where it's happening. Season 7, New Legend Horizon. Can y'all read that okay? Pretty sure you can. Meet Horizon, the newest legend. A brilliant scientist and the master of gravity manipulation, she has a deep connection to the new arena and a motivation that will tug at your heartstrings. Horizon's custom spacesuit allows her to fall from great heights and control her movements in the air. Using her custom technology, she can use gravity lifts to give her team a vertical boost, and she can also deploy Newt, her small robot named after her son Newton, to drop micro black hole that pulls opponents into the center for some serious crowd control. So I imagine it doesn't do damage; it's just crowd controls. It's a giant. It like for the first time, at least that I've seen, Apex is using the term crowd control, which is amazing. Love CC for short. Trust me, when I'm calling shots, I'll be asking for some CC. Can we CC them? Take me back, World of Warcraft. Take me back. Increase air control and reduce fall impacts with Horizon's custom spacesuit. Reverse the flow of gravity, lifting players upwards and boosting them onward when they exit. Deploy Newt to create a micro black hole that sucks in nearby legends. Now I wonder if they're gonna get sucked in and touch each other in the center, or if they are going to be stuck on the outside, like attached to the ball. That's what I'm interested to test and find out, which we will be doing live on Wednesday. New map Olympus. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Legends have entered the new arena, the Sky City of Olympus, a utopia floating in the clouds above Pessamath. Words are hard. Is once a place where the brightest minds of the Outlands could gather for exchange of ideas. However, an accident in the experimental research facility led to the creation of a phase rift, and the city was abandoned. Players can now use Olympus luxury amenities to their advantage, rotating agricultural towers, beautiful gardens, and classy restaurants serve stages for these intense skirmishes. New vehicles called Tridents give your squad a way to boost into battle and take enemies by surprise. The Phase Runner, a tunnel of phase energy running through the center of Olympus, lets you cross the map in seconds. And the Rift stands tall over everything, mysterious and beckoning. Yeah, so like if you mean to tell me that like now we can make quick rotations into fights, that means that the games are gonna go shorter probably. I mean, you pick a couple fights on one side of the map. If you think about Kings Canyon, if you think about when you're at the map room and you scan, and oftentimes you scan, and like I realize that map room is in the lower right hand side of Kings Canyon, but when you scan, most of the time there's like everyone's so spread out. So you might get a kill at repulsor, but then you gotta go and like rotate out to market or rotate over to artillery and like, you know, this the way it reads sounds like you'll be able to just quickly move around the map and get to places, which is pretty dope. Pretty nice. New vehicle, the Trident. Exclusive to Olympus, the Trident is a hover car designed for your whole squad. Cruise the highways to avoid checkpoints, or to avoid choke points, excuse me, or to boost to soar over jumps. This thing is made to speed up those early game rotations. Driving third person, it rides faster in first person with full shooting capabilities. The Trident is durable, so it'll never explode, but damage applied from enemy fire will be dispersed amongst the players in the car. Don't worry, you can still do full damage to players by hitting them directly, so he expects amazing Kraber shots. Disembark to park it anywhere, and use it as a makeshift cover in the late game. The Trident interacts with legend abilities in many different ways. Experiment, have fun. They better have this in the training area. I want to try it in the training area, Apex. I need to know. I need to play test it. Please. Thank you. Olympus preview, limited time mode. To help you understand more, explore the map in one shot. Playlist called Olympus Preview. This mode teams you with 30 other legends at Olympus and allows you to roam the map, to learn the map, loot drop areas, package routines. Circles are still on, and one circle, 4 fishes players are brought back to the plane to start a second skydive run. There are total 3 wins for the match ends. This mode is only available for a week. I like this. Here's a private server. Go learn the map. I might do that, but we'll see what happens. I think that would be good just to like actually look the map. So that might be the first thing we do before we start playing. Clubs. Yeah, guys. So we're gonna make the Maverick Hunters Club. If you play Apex, please join. That would be outstanding. Hopefully we can. Hopefully there's a lot of customization we can have when it comes to the insignia. Join clubs, play on Steam. Battle Pass skins are great. More challenges for your dailies. These are weeklies. Oh, they changed the layout. This is nice. I like this here. Challenges are no longer point based and now granted between 1 and 5 stars, depending on their difficulty. Collecting 10 stars will get you the next battle pass level. We also have added tabs to the challenges menu in the lobby that allows you to toggle between daily, top, weekly event challenges. Within a match, players can open the map and see the widget in the game. Yeah, tell me what I need to do, bro. If you're like Shackles and have the memory of a goldfish, God bless the kid. That's fine, Cocker. I'm going over them right now. Yeah, Shackles often forgets his dailies. This is good. I also am annoyed sometimes where I can't remember what's what. So this is cool. Quality of life updates. Attachment swap improvements. When replacing an attachment, one from the ground, if the old attachment is an improvement for your other weapon, the attachment automatically get transferred. Yay! Yay! Yeah, I'm getting into the meat and potatoes right now. Yeah, this is something I was yelling about this whole season. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is it right here. This is the money shot right here. Uh Yeah, how many times have you guys gone through the oh shit, I lost my sniper scope. Oh shit, where'd my bruiser go? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, please and thank you. Uh for season 7 we have moved weapons from the crafting pool and placed them with shield batteries. Let me read that again. We have removed for season 7 we have removed weapons from the crafting pool and replaced them with shield batteries. The high level attachments will still be tailored towards the weapon category. We now prevent other players from picking up items that you crafted for the first 5 seconds after crafting. This can be disabled by pinging the item. Uh, yes, sir. Okay. Can we do that with every like? Can we take this right here and add that to like when I dib something? Why can't this be applied to dibsing something? I'm pretty sure it can. We have the technology, you know. Um, so maybe in the future, but this is nice too. Shield batteries. We gotta have shield batteries. It's so hard having a red body shield and not having enough bats. This is correct. Um, Even though keeping the Mozambique and the P2020 or the Mozambique the alternator off the floor was cool, this is fine. Like again, this goes back to my other argument where I was saying let players have their toys. The game should not be hoarding healing items or ammo. Let the players have their healing items and their ammo. Let inventory management be a skill and have them sorted out. So I 100% agree with this right here. Um, yeah, 100% agree. No, nothing negative to say. The colors of the beams have been changed to differentiate between normal airdrops, Lifeline's airdrops, and replicator airdrops. Normal airdrops are a light tan, Lifeline's drops are blue, and replicator drops are teal. I guess I have to see the actual color, but normal drops being a light tan, okay, because the top of it's a tan. Oh, the teal color, I guess, is already what's on top of the replicator in that color, so they just match the color on top of the package. Okay. All the airdrops landings FX while coming down matches their colors. This was recommended on Reddit, and that's great. Airdrop beam still visible when close to airdrop instead of fading when you get close. The beam still disappears when the pod is open. Also wonderful. Sometimes you be close and still can't find it. Arc Star now shows an Arc Star. Voiceover line when you're using a Phoenix kit, thank you. Voiceover line when you drop a hollow spray, fine. You're not picking ammo in your inventory and request more from your squad. I think it was PUBG that had that. There's another game where you could like ping something you needed and it would ask for it, and I forget what it is. It's not ping, but like something. I forget what game it was, but I know you could do that. Main modification to the ring to reduce the amount of unplayable space in the circles. For 2 weeks, Olympus will be only map, and no more Kings Canyon. Full stop. So not just in ranked, no more Kings Canyon. Full stop. First half is on Olympus. Second half will be World's Edge. All right, guys, here we go. All right, we got through the weeds, we got through the crap, we got through the quality of life updates, etc., etc. Here comes the meat and potatoes of the changes per legend. Oh, let's close our eyes and just think about it for a second. All right, please, Apex, quality of life. Let players have their toys and have fun. We ask you, sweet all Father, baby Jesus, please let people have their toys and have a good time. All right, here we go. Bangalore. Reduce the time it takes. Pray to the All Father. Yes, sir. Reduce the time it takes for the explosion from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Reduce the time it takes for explosion from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. This makes our ult better. Let me read the. Let me. Oh, wait, I didn't want to go down too far. Ah, ah, ah. Not much to say here. Rolling Thunder will continue to function primarily as zoning ability, but somewhat shorter fuse. Will encourage enemies to leave the zone faster. It should, man. It should. It's way yeah. This is good. This doesn't. This is just better. Yeah, getting the bombs out there. If if you drop Bang's alt, and let's just say like they're caught in the middle of it, minus an octane, they should take some form of punishment. And 8 seconds is way too long to run the distance it takes from the center of the square that her alt lays down. Still a big proponent of like the map showing where that square is, but this is a good step in the right direction. All right, Caustic is next. I accidentally saw Caustic as in big text, but I didn't read it. So all my friends have been trolling me today about Caustic. So, god damn it, god damn it. I almost don't want to look, but it's for the content. God damn it. Knocks gas trap damage. Legends. Legends no longer get blurred vision. Legends only get blurred vision in effect from the gas. Damage updated. Fighting in caustic gas is one of the most frustrating things in Apex Legends, and yet we need gas to represent a meaningful threat, or else enemies will just ignore it. With this change, we're attacking what we think is the greatest contributor to this frustration: the fact that your vision is blurred while you're in the gas. This made it extremely hard to fight back. To make up for lost power, upping the damage for the gas a bit. So, are they still slowed? Like, so, like, so this change kind of like forces Caustic to like be more the turtle more, right? Because like the blurred vision is what makes him be aggressive. Because with their vision being blurred, you could easily get them, which is what the dev is saying. So now without their vision being blurred, it'll have the same visual acuity as Bang Smoke, I imagine, because it's the same visual graphic, just a different color. It might work. 6 to 12. 6 to 12 ticks, 6 damage, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, this is a we'll see, man. Uh, it's hard as a caustic main to tell you one way or the other, just because I am the caustic, and I don't know what it's like truly to like constantly be fighting in caustic gas as a caustic. I can tell you that I've been complaining about the damage for a long time, and that it ticks too slow in my opinion. And four damage isn't anything. So we'll see what happens. I guess you kind of have to babysit your traps in a way, right? If they're not blurred, like, so my immediate reaction is that if they trip your trap and you're not babysitting it, then when you catch them in it, you just have to be on it. You have to be on it, and that also means that them having a digital threat more so is now damning to like your whole strategy and your whole kit. Like a digital threat and a bloodhound like just mess everything up. 'Cause yeah, a bloodhound can scan you, but like his vision is blurred, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to see it in action to really know. But we'll test that. Uh, yeah, exactly. And even Watson has to babysit her fences like to be effective. She has to be close to her fences, so it could go either way. It could go either way, man. We'll just have to test it out on Wednesday, chat. And I'll let you know. I'll let you know. You know. And if anyone's around on Wednesday when I go live to be my guinea pig, that would be great. But we'll talk about that in a second. We're gonna move along here. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's cool that like your team doesn't get blurred vision, I guess, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. Stay tuned to find out how I actually feel about it. I'll probably end up cussing out a storm. You know, knowing me. All right, Mirage. Decoys now have 45 health. Hey yo, hey yo, Mirage is ridiculous now. Quote me now. Hear me now. Quote me later. Mirage is now disgusting. His decoys have 45 health. Yeah. Mirage is now even more insane. Like, we thought Dance Party was lit, and it's lit. But now he's like super lit. They have health, which means you're gonna shoot them and think you're hitting flesh, and then they're gonna die. And you're like, oh fuck. Which means you're gonna waste more ammo on them and time. Mirage just got sick. Also, that 45 health is also like a 45 shield. Imagine shooting a decoy directly at your opponent, and they're like shooting the decoy instead of you. No, read it. Our Bamboozling Chief is a hard legend to keep relevant. Every time we make a change to decoys, there's a clear uptick in usage power as Mirage Mains learns the new tools, and then the rest of the world catches up and starts being able to tell the real Mirage from his equally handsome holographs. That uptick disappears. This time around, we went to try and make it a little bit more harder to clear out the decoys. We're giving them health, but to make things very clear up front, they will not work as a shield. Aww. Well, I thought something was cool about Mirage. Now I'm upset. While they take damage from the bullets supposed to pass through them and hit whatever's behind them. This is what we call the hallway test. You should not be able to win an engagement against an enemy in a straight coverless hallway by snapcasting a decoy and having said decoy eat an entire wingman shot. Decoys will also play unique hit effects and briefly flicker out of existence when taking damage to help you differentiate. I still think it's sick. Thank you. Fuck's sake. Octane Swiftmend. Healing rate doubled. Half a health to 1 health per second. I've been yelling about this for so long. So long, dude. This is the buff Octane needed. Octane is a legend for players who like to go fast, run fast, first into the enemy, and get knocked down a lot. We think that's absolutely fine. The fact that his trio's win rate isn't great doesn't really bother us because both his encounter win rate, think of it as his ability to score knockdowns, and his pick win rate are very healthy. That said, we figured to give him a little extra out of combat help. His passive heal rate was slow. It was slow, requiring 200 seconds full heal. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is a accurate, correct, and well thought out change that I think a lot of people will have no problems with, and I myself also have no problems with it. This is exactly what Octane needed, and I thought that this was an immediate change that probably could have happened sooner, but they probably had to do internal testing, which is understandable and fine. Yeah, in my opinion, that's correct. Watson perimeter security damage increase per touch from 10 to 15. Not superpower individually, not picked very often, at all below platinum, but an absolute must-have for competitive squads. We're also happy with that niche, but we figured out it'd be safe to give her a little extra power in her best case. People running into her fences. We're aiming to bring her up in power and attracting lower levels play. We don't see a lot of players run into Watson fences in high skill matches. Yeah, it's more like a stay away. Sure, man. Whatever. To me, that's a whatever. Like, if a Watson plants on fence and you hit it, you deserve to take more damage. Whatever. And again, back to what we're talking about with Caustic, if you're babysitting the fence like you should be, they're just dead anyway, regardless of how much damage the fence is doing to them. So, yeah, that's fine. That's totally safe and fine. And if my game philosophy is, if you can buff a character and it doesn't hurt anybody else, you should probably buff the character. The octane buff probably doesn't affect anyone really in the game, makes him better. You should automatically do it. Again, the data they have, but like the Watson making her fences do more by the nature of the fences probably doesn't hurt anyone. Now if they would have obviously there's a limit, right? If they just said, well, now the fence does 50 damage, and all that, you're just like, now wait a minute, this is nothing per tick. The most they're gonna probably take is 30 to 45 damage by the time they come out of it, and in which case they're probably getting jumped anyway with a massive to the head, so it's fine. All of this is fine. All right, moving along. Loba. Ammo taken no longer counts toward black market maximum. You can scoop up all the ammo. We're taking another swing and make a Loba the ultimate legend to bring to solve our team's loot needs. We have heard your feedback and want improvements of tactical as well. Well, that's something not off the table. Our data suggests that her encounter win rate is quite healthy. Yeah, that's fine. It's her cheers win rate that's worryingly low. Make no mistake, this is a major swing, making black market powerful. Yeah. As our one of our favorite mods, Dibs, has pointed out, Loba literally being able to take every piece of ammo in the entire vicinity on the ground and just like drop it at her feet can change the dynamic of a game. Again, back to what we talked about previously, give the players what they want, give the players the ammo they want, give them the healing they need, let them sort out their inventory as a skill, and let them have fun. I shouldn't lose a fight because I don't have ammo. Not having a gun is debatable, but having the gun, not having ammo for it is, yeah, it's fine. And like, here's the thing: attaching it to a specific legend and not making it like a free for all for everybody, is great because now you're like forcing the issue. What I mean by forcing the issue is like you're now forcing Loba to inherently have a skill that makes her not only great for herself and the player who's controlling her. What I mean is that, let's say you run a devotion or whatever, you're taking all the energy ammo, right? You're starving the enemy teams in the area, but you're not just widespread like making everyone have this ability. You're specifying Loba, which probably will increase. I'd assume perhaps increase her pick rate. We'll see what happens, but Loba is now top half best character in the game after this patch. Rampart. Sheila now takes 1.25 seconds to fully spin up, down from 2 seconds. Walte now takes 3 seconds to fully build up, down from 4 seconds. Newman and I actually had this conversation yesterday while we were jamming out in duos, that Rampart just isn't good enough, and that the situation to have her be good is isn't it's so like, okay, let me back up. Rampart is good in specific circumstances. When it comes to her abilities, her having her passive is strong in my opinion, because there are only 3 LMGs in the game right now, so it's not overpowered. It's limited, but when it's applied, it's strong. Set that aside. Her activated abilities are weak in the sense that they're only there for specific uses, and these uses are so specific in a game that's in a map that's ever changing, meaning the ring is constantly changing. Rampart's designed to like hold an area, stay there, camp, and take out enemies from a distance. That's what she does, right? With her LMG, and to provide oversight, overwatch for her team, perhaps on the ground or in her general area. But when the circle's moving, you constantly got to pick up and move, right? So she is not that good. This, however, lets her set her wall up faster, which is great all around. 4 seconds is kind of long. 3 seconds might get away with it. It still doesn't let you just set up mid fight, but it lets you get out quick enough. I think that it's fair. And then Sheila now spinning up, man. Listen, straight up. There are a lot of tells Sheila has as far as the laser that you can see clearly, the sound of the gun winding up and shooting, but it needs to be effective. Her ult isn't strong enough as it is. Hopefully this brings it back. I'm going to read the dev note here. In patch 6.1, we made a small change to how long it takes for Sheila to tighten off her bullet spread. This didn't meaningfully increase her win rate. Of course not, because of the reasons I just explained. The other half of that change in this patch, we do not want to change Rampart away from being a legend that requires setup, but we do want to make it faster setup. Yep. Amped Wall should remain mostly out of combat, like all out of combat setup rather than a reactive ability, and Shield should remain an area denial tool rather than a murder machine. But like all things, the balance points exist on a spectrum. With this patch, we're moving them slightly closer to reactive / murder machine territory. Exactly. Without even reading that, that's pretty much what I said, right? It took too long to set up. It's too specific. It's not good enough. Okay, it's just not good enough. This game, battle royale in general, you can't just have one character that's a turtle, especially in like a team that's not going to support her, especially in pubs. It's not working. Players want to kill people. It's a battle royale for crying out loud. Rampart needs to be like, here, boom, increase your damage. Okay, we're hoarding up. I'm watching this area, or I'm supporting you from afar, or whatever. The setup needs to be quicker, and let her be a murder machine, man. People have more fun with her. People play her more. You know, this is fine. I think this will put her in the right direction, and I'm interested to see how it goes, with her. So let it happen, man. Let players have their toys and have fun. Rampart feels weak. We'll see how that does. That's definitely going to put Rampart in the right direction. All right, Pathfinder hitbox change. Coco Puff shout out notoriously said that shooting Pathfinder is like shooting a refrigerator. I disagree. I don't know what kind of refrigerator that guy has in his house, but oftentimes I go to shoot a Pathfinder and it's just like, it's like shooting a stick figure. So, Pathfinder seems to be an overachiever in terms of win rate. The good news is that grapple chain 6 didn't move his win rate by much. We're doing two things in this patch. We're adjusting his hitboxes. We're tuning his grapple. I can't really speak for hitboxes. I'm not a game developer, but I mean, I can look at shapes, and it looks like his shoulders are like perhaps a little bit wider. The head size appears to be the same. I don't know exactly what's bigger. Like, I'm looking at this thing and like I can barely see the difference, but they're saying they changed it, so okay. If you say so, guys. Like, I guess the hips and the ball here, the ball joint's a little bit bigger. We'll see. We'll see how it feels, man. This is more like look and feel and playing. There's a lot of negative space around his arms and legs. We're hoping that making it a little easier to hit Pathfinder, we can bring his win rate under control to the point where you can meaningfully power into his kit. Because the question is sure to come up. We are not yet removing low profile from Pathfinder with this change. Even with these increased hitboxes, Pathfinder will still consider be harder to hit than other characters in the game. If this change makes a meaningful difference in terms of win rate, we will drop low profile. Really don't want to take him off this patch and put back next patch turns into a win rate spike. Yeah, don't do what Wizards of the Coast does with Magic the Gathering cards and have be proactive, not reactive. This is good philosophy here in game design. Making grapple changes. They're talking about the changes that they had last time around. Path enemies being on the ground for grapple hook be finished. The speed to which Pathfinder needs to drop for us to consider grapple hook finished was increased from 300 to 500. Maximum cooldown grapple was lowered to 30 seconds, which is cool. Maximum amount of time, increase the distance, the amount of distance travel. Yeah, they just buffed this grapple, made it better. They effectively nerfed this grapple, even though they called it a buff. It was really just like jacked up. The coding was like not correct. It was like you would travel like, a couple meters and it would give you the full cooldown. So it sounds like they just fixed that poorly coded buff. Supply drop. R9 is off supply drop. The R9 will be returning to normal loot. The same stats I had before. Old 99's back. Prowlers in the supply drop. Prowlers replace the R99. Despite the select for hop up being removed from the loot pool this season, the Prowlers still have the ability to change between the two. Thank God they're taking away select fire. Tired of trying to find my Bloodhound homies select fire. Chad, I want to point out that they didn't, at least not here, it doesn't say that they changed the damage on the Prowler. I don't know if that's significant or not, but they didn't talk about that. So Wingman gold weapon, Sentinel gold, Havoc gold, G7 gold, Alternator gold. The Prowlers always have 5-round burst, Dibs. Prowler's always been 5-round bursts. So what is? I'm just the damage appears. I mean, I haven't finished yet, but like it looks like the damage hasn't changed. Well, I don't know. Nah, dude, that's the Hemlock, bro. The Prowler's always been 5-round bursts. That's why the amount of ammo per magazine is a denomination of 5. You start off with 20 rounds, 25, 30, 35. Yep. That's why the Prowler's insane. It doesn't need select fire. You can just click their heads off. Yeah. Gold Sentinel, baby. Injected straight into my veins, dude. Gold Wingman, same. Gold Havoc, baby, baby, baby. I don't give a shit about the G7. Throw it away. Alternator, meh. All right. I won't drop the alternator right away, but you know, the digital threat here, the digital threat on the alternator and the Wingman is great. Love digital threat weapons. Turbocharged Havoc with the 2x on it, absolutely pick up. You know how I am with the Sentinel chat. Love the Sentinel, best gun in the game. Don't at me. Alternator, don't hate it. Don't hate it. You know, just hate the G7. G7's trash. It's bad. Stop using it. Hemlock. Increase the horizontal recoil of the first 3 shots slightly to the right. Increase the recoil magnitude in later stages of the pattern. Reduce the recoil multiplier in single fire mode to help compensate for additional recoil pattern. Recoil should be mostly increased in burst mode rather than single fire. Reduce the headshot multiplier. We'll test the Hemlock pattern on Wednesday for sure. Slight to the right, so that means you gotta click and go and just pull diagonal left down to the left, which if you have good recoil control, it doesn't really matter. Recoil magnitude, later stages of the pattern. I mean, it's only 3 shots. So you're saying it goes bang, bang, and then it goes the distance between 1 and 2, or the distance between 2 and 3 is longer than 1 and 2. That's gonna be weird, bro. So like the bullets aren't spaced out evenly. You're gonna go from like 1 to 2 at like a one distance, and then 2 and 3 is gonna be a longer distance. But now in single fire, it's fine. In single fire, it's like easier to click heads. Yeah, it's gonna be awkward. Perhaps the Hemlock get more attention recent posts. You think it's a little too strong in season 6. The effective range burst but felt a little too far, and the spike down full headshot burst too strong. Have low play. Oh, so maybe they're just talking about they don't want. They did the same thing I guess they did with the 301 months ago, seasons ago. They don't want you spraying people down from afar, so they just increased the shocker from. We'll see what that distance is. The Hemlock at burst rate. The Hemlock is one of the most diverse weapons in Apex, if not the most diverse. Cause it's like one of the few weapons, if not the only weapon, where you can, at close range, from close to mid range, burst somebody down quick as shit, and then switch it to single fire and just click people from afar. We'll see how this goes. This might be good and healthy. But the Hemlock was pretty strong, so this is good to turn it down a bit. Havoc. Update the recoil pattern again. Kicks up to the right, then to the left, then up again. Havoc got a new recoil pattern. This recoil was a bit too erratic and difficult to control due to multiple rapid changes of direction. If just a recoil pattern has the same general movements while simplifying the motions required to control the pattern. Again, we'll go over all the recoil patterns in the training area on Wednesday as soon as the patch goes live. We're gonna go over all this in real time and test everything out before we play. L-Star has a new recoil pattern. It kicks horizontally at first. It kicks horizontally at first, then settles to relatively consistent upward recoil pattern. Players who feather the trigger will be able to keep the L-Star in the good portion of the recoil pattern. The L-Star of any time after letting go of the trigger has been reduced. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. L-Star will now reduce heat faster when not overheated. The L-Star will now reduce heat faster when not overheated. 156 from 99% to 0% charge if not overheated. Oh, I see. L-Star had some limitations that caused it to feel worse than we'd like. The recoil pattern snake back and forth, which was difficult to control reliably. I love the L-Star. Additionally, firing 4-shot bursts and then releasing the trigger repeatedly or feathering the trigger felt somewhat clunky due to the long venting time after firing, slow heat reduction. So reducing those pain points to improve the viability and feel of feathering the trigger and adjusting the recoil pattern for players who can control the L-Star's heat. Hey yo, give me an L-Star. Give me an L-Star all day. Watch me, dude. We're gonna play with this a lot. I love the L-Star. It's so underrated right now. And if if this is encouraging me to feather the trigger, like okay, but they're gonna die like anyway. I don't mind controlling a spray pattern. I don't have that issue. But like if this is like if the purpose of the gun from the devs is to like intentionally, hey dude, feather the trigger to make it more effective, clearly one, that's the right thing to do and you should be doing that. But moreover, it's deadlier. It's deadlier. And of course we're gonna test with Rampart. Did this point out earlier that this, I assume this is Buffy's talking about. Yeah, let's do all of this. All of it. Inject this into my veins too. Alright, Sentinel, what do we got? Energized Sentinel has pure damage increase instead of bonus versus only shields. Energized Sentinel has base damage of 80. Now has pure damage increase instead of bonus damage versus only shields. Energized Sentinel base damage 70 to 88. The Sentinel was still a bit weak. We think a good place to improve its energized ability. It seems a bit too situational after being only benefit the opponent has greater than 70 shields. So we're changing energize from a disruptor to an anti-shield effect to an amp damage boost effect. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Watch me hit these. Watch me hit these. It doesn't mention if they change the headshot, if it's headshot damage just changes. This is base damage. I wonder if this changes the headshot damage because it needs to. And I also complained about that. That if I hit a headshot with a charged sentinel, like please, bro, I should knock somebody with a white shield and a white helmet. That's where that idea came from originally. Also, charging these, doing this, and then shooting it through amp cover. Whew, what is that? Like almost 100 damage anyway. It's kind of hot. It's actually kind of hot. The triple take is performing. The triple take is performing a bit too well after the most recent nerf, so reducing the fire rate back to what it was before 6.0. We'll be watching it. Yeah, this shouldn't have happened. When this happened, and I went over the patch notes, I was like, "What are you talking about, bro? Why would you buff the triple take? What are you doing? Why would you do that? It's so good." All right, big. I think this is the best big change to come to Apex. I often talked about how um, drawing a weapon, drawing your side pistol needs to be quicker, ADS faster, and now it's a hop up. I'd rather it just, I guess hop ups are here to stay. So, but this is good. New hop up attached RE45 wingman when equipped. The gun becomes quicker to raise and lower. It takes less time ADS and has reduced hip fire spread, particularly not when actively moving. Yeah, clearly. This showed new opportunities to use the two separate weapons, especially in close quarters combat. And select fire has been removed from the loophole to make room, which means that the quick draw is purple. Outstanding. Outstanding. Yes, sir. I will. I will play both of these guns like next to each other. Double hop up. Watch me switch. Watch me shoot heads. Like Evo armor requirements increased. Let me. We increased the requirements to evolve Evo armor in order to reduce the amount of players with red Evo armor during the end game. 100 damage from 50. 150 damage from 125. 300 damage from 250. 750 from 500. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. I mean, having red armor at the end of the game is tough, but like 750 damage. I feel like getting up blue armor now is like clutch. Finding blue armor naturally on the ground. Or finding purple. I mean, finding blue armor on the ground. Finding purple armor on the ground, whatever. This is sick. This is actually sick. Not finding a body shield and doing 100 damage to them, man. Like, here's my thinking. And here's my thinking with this. This is fine. This is fine. It makes sense. But if I deal 100 damage with no shields, I should just spawn a white body shield with both my shields full. Just the white one. Just like I have no shields, but I fucking survive, do 100 damage. Let me just have 50 health, please, for like doing that. Thank you. Right? Maybe that's too much for me to ask for, but ring damage reduced. Ring 1, 2% per tick, same. 3% per tick. Remember ring 2 used to suck, dude? Particularly this change should allow players enough time to pop a syringe if they're picked up for ring 2. Yeah, that's why this sucked. Good change. Like, you couldn't get res from ring 2 and then pop a syringe. What type of game design was that? Like, really? Like, hey guy, like I'm already I'm already annoyed as it is that like when I get picked up, I have to use 4 syringes to get full health. Like instead of like resing me with enough health to just use 3 syringes to get to 100 health, I have to use 3 syringes to get to like 90 health and then use like another syringe to get 10 more health. That's already annoying and triggering because I like things to be nice and neat and organized. This though is like, yeah, dude, you shouldn't be punishing players that hard. And then ring 3 hurts now. You can't res in ring 3. 10% in ring 4, ring 5. And then the maximum amount of damage it does now is like 15% per tick. So this is like late game is going to be crazy now because you could sit entering before for only 4 seconds and then die. And so like this changes how the game is played and rotations. So this now enables you to make to perhaps go in the ring to make an otherwise unlikely rotation to surprise the enemy if it's worth the risk. And if you have a lifeline on your team, it might be worth it. Whatever. But this is good and crazy, and these rings are gonna be sick. So now the ring isn't automatically a barrier at the end game in which you can ignore like exits and entrances that have the ring in it. You still have to watch those areas to a certain point and pay attention to the map. This change here creates emphasizes the wherewithal of positioning relative to the entire map as a skill. It doesn't punish players for like fighting like this did here, like the ring 2 did, and encourages players to like, it's okay. We're not gonna hate you. We want you to get to the end game. And no one likes dying to the ring. Like dying to the ring makes you hate the game. It is the worst way to die in this game. I'd argue that like dying to the ring is worse than just falling off the map. Like dying to the ring is the worst, and you shouldn't punish players for that. If you want to like punish players at the end of the game for dying to the ring as like that's just part of a tactic, that's a separate conversation, I think. But like up until zone 4, ring 4, ring 5, just let players get there. All right. So this change is great. Scary but good. Good nonetheless. Good quality of life change, I think, for the quality and the quality of games. Bug fixes. Audio. We made some advancements in footstep audio, playing more reliably. We have more work to be done that will continue to roll out as it gets completed. Zip lines going through platforms. Priming or grenade canceling Wraith's ultimate. Getting stuck in the double jump after using the jump pad, that was the bug. Fixed issue Octane being able to use healing items while on a zipline, that's insane. Cryptogen being able to drop items from Crypto's inventory, also insane. Sure enough, you have fit through certain windows. This was triggering as a casual crypto player. Drone marking friendly mirage decoys as enemies. I felt like this happened to me once, or a couple times. And then Bloodhounds has been doing the same thing too. When Bloodhound scans the Mirage's party, it was marking all of them as enemies, which is not what it's supposed to do. When you're a Bloodhound and you scan the party Mirage's ult, the actual Mirage is supposed to have a diamond. And that's how Bloodhound marks him for his team as the real one. Revenant getting pushed into his Geo when his turn was deployed in tight spaces. That's hilarious. Fixed issue Rampart not being able to place ant wall while jumping. Oh wow. Fixed an issue with Sheila teleporting when placed on a hatch in World's Edge staging. That's very specific. All right, chat. That is the patch notes. Whew. Thank you guys for bearing with me through all that. I appreciate you guys. And hi YouTube, what's up? Thank you guys for watching. YouTube, come hang out on the Twitch channel. We got so many people here talking, hanging out, having a good time. What are you doing? You're just watching this video, not hanging out. Come. TV. YouTube, god damn it, hang out. All right. Hey Maverick Hunters, thanks for watching this video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated the video, give it a thumbs down. To see more videos like this one you just saw, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to catch me live on Twitch. Just follow the link in the description.